and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Commissioner Medeiros. We appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. We all can be seated now. Okay, so we're going to go to the roll call. Secretary, will you please call the roll call?
Commissioner Balbuena?
Aye.
Commissioner Medeiros?
Here.
Commissioner Taylor?
Present.
Commissioner Douglas?
Present.
And let it note for the record that Commissioner Beasley Stanberry is absent. Chair Blind is absent, and Commissioner Standifer is absent.
Great, perfect. Thank you. We have a quorum. We may proceed. The next item on the agenda is the consent calendar and approval for the agenda. For approval for the agenda, I will entertain a motion for the approval of the agenda items. If all the commissioners can take a brief moment to review all the information. And when you're ready, I'll take a motion.
I move to approve the agenda for this evening's meeting, April 21st, 2025.
And I'll second.
All right, great. The motion carries. We can move to the approval of the minutes. I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes from April 7, 2025 meeting.
I will also move to approve the meeting minutes for April 7th, 2025.
Second that.
Yes. Great, perfect. The minutes were approved. All right, so we'll next move to the next agenda item. It's a report for the City Council Liaison. Councilman Matulak, thank you for joining.
Good evening, Vice Chair Taylor, Commissioners Balbuena, Medeiros, and Douglas, and staff. Thank you for being here for tonight. And no formal report from me, but just want to put on your radar some important items that will be coming in front of you at some point. The big thing, the fact that we as a council are focusing a lot of on economic development. One of the key items to that is going to be our Mare Island specific plan coming up sometime this year. And so what I asked staff is if you can, quote unquote, prepare our commissioners for all of the items that may be associated with that, all the zoning and kind of the relationship that we have with Mare Island Company on that. And I think it would be a great idea if Mare Island Company would be part of that tutorial to help our commissioners to understand the intricacies and the complexities of what's going on at Mare Island. But that's one of the key specific plans that will be coming in front of this commission at some point, which is once again tying to my push of tying the Planning Commission to and the Economic Development Commission together. I'm still working out and coordinating with Councilmember Matias, who is the council liaison for the Economic Development Commission, to see if there can be a collaboration just to get people on the same kind of mindset and kind of ask each other questions, because in my mind, both commissions play off of each other. Where one moves forward, so the other one should be following right next to it, or lock and step with them. So That's one of the things that I'm, once again, one of the agendas I'm trying to push forward with that. And then just as a side note, this upcoming Wednesday, we're having more interviews for commissions and boards. Obviously, this particular commission does not have any openings right now, but as with your passion and your commitment to supporting the city, we need that same support through the rest of our commissions. So if you can help spread the word to your neighbors, to your friends that live here in Vallejo, just to put their hat in the ring, to look at and helping us support a lot of the many vacancies that we still have. They're dwindling down quite a bit, but I think we want to get more people with the passion here in Vallejo to share their voice and get them to help lead us and help guide us as you understand, as this commission is a advisory committee to the council. We need everyone's voice to help us as an advisory committee and board to help us make some of these tough decisions that are going to be coming in front of us. And usually the boards and the commissions are the first place where some issues come to where you and those commissions and boards are vetting a lot of the questions that we may be having at that time, to where we can actually get a head start on a lot of those issues. So that would be the end of my report. Any questions? Okay, thank you very much. Have a great meeting.
All right, thank you so much for your report. And so we're going to move to the next agenda item, which is the community forum. And so let me express what the community forum is for anyone wishing to address the commission on any matter for which another opportunity to speak is not provided on the agenda and which is written in the jurisdiction of the commission to resolve. It's requested to submit a completed speaker card to the secretary. So in this moment, we will offer 3 minutes for each speaker if we have any available, and I guess we can open the forum.
Thank you, Chair. I went ahead and started a 2-minute timer, which is reflected on the top left corner of the screen for interested parties to sign up for the community forum portion of tonight's agenda. Unfortunately, there are currently no signups for this particular agenda item, so in lieu of time, feel free to carry on with tonight's agenda, and at that conclusion of the timer, if anyone signs up, I'll be sure to let you know.
Okay, and so to go out of order, if this is okay, we would like to leave it open for the community if they have any, if anyone signs up. Can we still leave that open and go to the public, go into the public hearing, and if anyone signs up, we can revisit, or should we close it out sometime?
I lob to the city attorney on that one.
Yes.
I would say no, we should wait the 2 minutes out
Absolutely.
so that we don't stray from the agenda.
Absolutely. Good, thank you. All right, so we give it about a few minutes before we can move on to the next agenda item. Great, thank you. I did try a mic check. Still figuring it out. Thank you.
You didn't check?
I didn't check. I just did check. And I did that, I think, very well.
And through the chair, that 2-minute timer has come to a close, and there have not been any signups for the community forum.
Great, thank you. All right, so now we will close the community forum, and we'll move to the next agenda item for the public hearing. And the first item is on that list is item 7A is the La Quinta Hotel project. We will now open a public hearing on that item, or
Through the chair, there actually is not a staff presentation on this tonight, as we have recommended that this item be pulled and continue to a date uncertain. Just for a little bit of additional context, we have received a request from the applicant that they will be changing the brand of the hotel. So that with that brand change, there's going to be a slightly different facade. So we're going to be probably re-noticing this item with the new project name, and we expect, we're hoping that actually will come back to you in the month of June.
great, thank you for the correction. So if any of the commissioners have any questions, or we can move to continue this agenda item for another date to be determined.
So moved.
Okay. That's all. Right? Need a second?
I second.
Thank you. Right. Okay. All right, good. We vote. We're voting.
I apologize, this is my first time doing the voting, so bear with me. It's not.
Perfect, thank you. All right, so-
I think there's one more pending vote. Motion passes 4-0.
Okay, great, perfect, thank you. So the motion passed, and we will revisit this. We'll revisit this at a later date to be determined. So we're going to move to the next agenda item, which is item 7B, which is the capital improvement plan. So now we're going to open the forum for, or now open the hearing for 7B. On it, staff, if you can please provide your presentation.
Thank you. So typically, I believe we'd have someone from our Public Works Department to give a presentation, but I don't see anyone here this evening, so I'm just going to go ahead and give a very brief overview of what this item is. The city has a capital improvement program, also known as the CIP. This is a 5-year infrastructure plan that basically identifies all the infrastructure and any other public facility projects, costing, funding mechanisms, and then the priorities for execution of those plans. The CAP, as I mentioned, is adopted every 5 years, and then it's updated annually, so it's kind of on a rolling term. And the Planning Commission every year is tasked with reviewing any of the new projects that are added for conformance with the general plan. So what you'll see in your packet, there is an attachment to the resolution that has a list of all of the new CIP projects that have been added or are proposed to be added to the list. But prior to this item going to City Council for final approval, we need the Planning Commission to review this and make a final determination on whether or not all of these projects conform. So we have done this evaluation, and staff believes that all of the projects are in conformance, and we have listed the applicable policies in that matrix. And if the commission agrees with this assessment, then we would recommend you approve the attached resolution as presented.
And through the chair, one minor correction. So you are reviewing the fiscal year 25-26 CIP project list. So they may not all be brand new projects, but they're going to be projects in this next fiscal year. And then when this goes, your recommendation for conformity will then carry the entire CIP to the council for its review of the 5-year plan, and they will hold a public hearing. But you are just reviewing each project on the list for its conformity with the general plan.
Great, thank you for the update.
I have a question.
Yes.
I realize these still have to be approved by council. Is there any point in time where this list has specific dates as far as a start time and a completion time estimate?
Well, some of them do. So if you're reading through, The paving project, the Measure P project, says it will start in May or June of 2025. I wish Public Works were here. I can't speak to
Yeah, it
anything
would
else.
just be nice, and I know that's probably going to be asked by council as well, too, just FYI. And I'm really interested in this collaboration between the county and the city for the Homeacres location, because I know that project took 7 years to get financing for it on the county side, so it's been hanging out there, and a lot of it has been done within the past year, but I would hate to see it go too much further, just for the inconvenience of the homeowners out there.
Any comments?
Through the chair, Commissioner Medeiros, which project are you talking about specifically?
It says joint, it's at the bottom of, is that the
Oh, that
first
one, okay,
page?
yeah, okay.
It says joint city-county sidewalk project.
Okay.
But I know they were working on road issues and signage and planters and things like that.
Through the chair, if I can request that 7B be pulled until Public Works can come and provide an opportunity for question and answer.
You'll need a majority vote. I think the scheduling for the council date has to be approved before the new fiscal year. And I think it's scheduled for the last meeting in May 27th, for the council meeting, so that you'd have to perhaps you'd have to hear it on the first meeting in May,
It's okay.
Is that?
May 8th.
Is that doable for the planning group and getting somebody here from Public Works?
That should be doable. Yeah, we are planning to have a meeting that night. We've got another item on the agenda, so this could be continued to the end if you'd like.
No.
Okay. I would be fine with that, with pulling. I don't know about the rest of my cohorts.
No, that's not it, bridging gaps. Where'd it go?
Considering we didn't have a presentation, we'd like to give some time to be able to deliberate. We did not open up for public comments, so we can give a few minutes to open up for public comments, so we can still, during that, have a little bit of time. And then what I'd like to do is go into a short break just to review, since we did not have the comments, so we can deliberate on it, if that's possible, considering the request.
Well, the deliberation should happen on the dais, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so we do have the public comments open. Okay, great.
There's not a formal public hearing associated with this, but if you'd like to open it up for public comments, if anyone's online, there's, I don't think anyone in the audience here, but if you'd like to do that, you can, and then follow that with deliberation amongst yourselves.
Okay, great, thank you. So for the question, so I have a question as a commissioner, I'm going to open it up for discussion. The request is to remove the road edge line project, is that correct?
Well, my request would be
No, it's bigger than that.
my request would be to push 7B until the May 8th meeting, to when we have Public Works available, so we can have a question and answer with them. Because even if we have dialogue with us, we don't have dialogue with Public Works, which may have a lot more pertinent questions that all of us as a group may have for them. So without any type of presentation, we're kind of left to our own devices of what our assumptions may be for something. Even if we all agree on that assumption, it may not be accurate to what Public Works is stating. So I think if we were to push it and have somebody made available for the May 8th meeting, then that would resolve a lot of individuals' concerns, especially if there's not clarity. We don't have to base it on assumptions. We can ask them directly, so.
Yes.
Well, that's well said, through the chair. That's well said, and I agree. I think we need to have a little bit more information so that we can make some intelligent decisions here. at least know what we're really looking at.
And I would agree with that as well, too.
Yeah.
I think it's really important for these projects that come from other departments other than planning to actually present in front of this body.
Yes, thank you for the comments, and considering, I think, in the public interest, the best interest of the public is to be able to have Public Works here available to present, so we can ask questions as we go through and make that information available, so the public at large can hear the questions and rebuttals and responses to their presentation for the capital improvement plan.
Through the chair, I just wanted to clarify, because they're not here to defend themselves, but this is not an approval of any project on the list. I understand you have questions. The approval comes at the city council.
Yes.
This is just a review of conformity of the listed projects with the general plan. So I just wanted to make that clear. Okay.
Thank you.
And maybe they didn't think they needed to present. We didn't hear anything, and we have no idea whether they were intending to come or couldn't come or anything.
Okay, and I have a question. And when does the capital improvement plan will be presented before City Council if we were to make a decision today? When would earliest time would they review this?
It's still scheduled for May 27.
May 27th?
And it has to be done prior to May 27. So you have to have a quorum on the 1st of May. Right?
Yes.
Otherwise, then we're in trouble, but
Okay.
yeah.
Just thank you for the clarity. Move forward. So, and do we have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to push 7B until the May 8th meeting.
I will second that.
Okay, we have a motion.
Motion passed 4-0.
Great, thank you. Okay, and considering it's closed, I do have one question, so we can be able to revisit this on May 8th, is that correct?
Yes, the motion was to continue
Yes.
to May 8th. The date was incorrect. Can we redo the motion?
Yes.
It
Thank
should
you.
be continued to May 5th. Thank you. My goodness.
Yeah. Okay, can we get a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to move 7B until the May 5th meeting.
And I will second that.
Great, thank you.
I think we're still missing some votes. There we go. Okay, motion carries 4-0.
Great. So I guess we'll address this matter and review it on May 8th. Okay, May 5th, excuse me, May 5th. We don't want to start that again. All right, May 5th. So we will move to the next agenda item in the written communications. Are there any written communications to report from staff?
There are none.
Thank you. Okay, we can move to the next agenda item, report of the presiding officers and members. Any secretary reports?
Yeah, just a couple of items to note. I placed on the dais this evening a flyer for the Planning Commission training that is scheduled with the Solano County Collaborative, and that is going to be on May 19th. So if you are interested, you have not signed up, please sign up. It's going to be a good session, and just to note, the morning session is really the important piece for planning commissioners. The afternoon will be focused on affordable housing, and that's optional for this group. And then the other item I wanted to mention is that there was a summary memo included with the packet, just highlighting some upcoming tentative planning commission meeting dates. And this item shows May 8th as the next date, so that is why I was confused, and I apologize for that. But the next meeting would be May 5th, and we are tentatively looking at hearing a requested variance for some signage at the Walmart to have increased signage there. So that item is tentatively scheduled to come back in May. And then we also are going to have a tentative map that you'll need to review for the Fairview at Northgate project during the second meeting in May. And then the last item is that we are also in the process of updating the Vallejo land use entitlement list, which is the value list. Staff updates this on a quarterly basis and posts it on the planning webpage. So we should have this up by the end of this week, and this will have a new list with status updates for all of the projects in the pipeline. So it's a valuable piece of information if you'd like to follow along with things that are happening in the department. And I believe that's all I have for this evening.
Great. Thank you for your report. City Attorney's report?
I have nothing to report. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay. Any reports from commissioners?
Yeah, I just want to kind of chime in with staff here about, I guess there's a change in requirements for certain planning commission meetings. It says local agencies are now required to give at least 20 days notice before a planning commission holds a public hearing on an ordinance affecting the permitted use of real property. And I just want to I want to bounce that off of both our legal and planning director as far as how that would impact anything here and going forward.
So it is a new law, and it might affect projects that are brought before you if they were exempt from CEQA previously, because we already have a 21-day noticing for all projects affecting real property that have that are subject to CEQA. And we were interpreting that as even projects that were exempt from CEQA are subject to CEQA, and if we find the exemption in CEQA. So it really won't affect us too much because we're already doing that, but it is a new state law. So there are a lot of planning and zoning decisions that state law requires a 10-day notice period. And so this, and it doesn't change anything before the city council, it's just before the planning commission.
I also wanted to let my fellow commissioners know about that too.
Yes, thank you for sharing. All right, do we have any other reports or anything from fellow commissioners? All right, so we can next go to the next agenda item, adjournment. So if there's no other further business or comments or anything else to add, we can conclude the meeting. Great, thank you.